balls of fire.
Hello everyone, it's ChrispieD here and I'm the creator of the builds AFK Gone Cheap, AFK Gone Meta and AFK Gone Balls, and also done an AFK before called I think Mjölner Gone AFK or something. And I've done a couple of clips together with Chilifreak, who is the producer of those clips, and we've done those together. Now I've done this behind the scenes with AFK Gone Balls to discuss the latest clip we did, which is AFK Gone Balls. Because it got some comments, it got some questions, and some people were a bit angry about some statements we did about the build. Especially Reddit was a bit angry, but also in the YouTube clip there are some comments which think that we are misleading in our titling and things. This is not the first time we've gotten that critic, but I'd just like to discuss it a bit to not make new players misunderstand how this build works. So we gave the build the title AFK Gone Balls. And we wanted to keep it as plain as possible. We didn't want to write that we actively killed, you know, Minotaur, we actively killed Shaper, because people gotten very angry about those things before, and they think that those are misleading as well. So we just wrote the name of the build, AFK Gone Balls. You know, the name was before AFK Gone Cheap, then we have AFK Gone Meta, and now we called it AFK Gone Balls, because we're using Magmorb, and those are balls. And in the core it is an AFK build. And now here is where people tend to disagree. There are questions like which part of this is AFK, and how's that AFK, and they talking about its clickbait and things. And it's fine to think those things if that would be indeed correct. It's not the same AFK build like 2.6, it's more like a Magmorb build. And that takes us to the point where I tell you why we made this clip and the way we did it. Because basically we have the same build as before, but we've changed the clearing setup because Ignites received some heavy damage nerf. So before we ran around with Abra's hooves, you know, one-shotting most of packs when walking onto them. Now we changed that to using Magmorb instead because Magmorb has a better clear, and it's also a bit more safe against some one-shot mechanic bosses. And it can kill a higher variety of bosses. So it's a very nice skill. Now, what we tell you in the beginning of the new clip AFK Gone Balls is we show you that we AFK tier 13 Gorge. We show you some first material AFKing a Gorge boss. And then we write about the with AFK Minotaur and Phoenix Guardian before, which we did in the clip AFK Gone Meta. Here we showed the clips on AFKing Minotaur and Phoenix. And when it comes to the mechanics of those bosses, it has not changed from 2.6, which is when we did it, and 3.0, which is the current patch we're at. We've actually gotten some new defense mechanics like Pantheon, where you can get physical damage reduction when standing still and things like that, so it's even made it easier to AFK those. However, AFKing those bosses requires a special setup. When it comes to most other bosses that don't rely on degen, those can also be AFK'd, and we showed most of that in our first clip, AFK Gone Cheap. Yeah, we showed Gorge, Plateau, yeah, Crematorium, Astonishing Excavation, some Zana Reef, Shrine, Overgrown Ruin we semi-AFK'd, but the bosses have gotten nerfed since then. Abyss we AFK'd, yeah, you know, things like Uber Labyrinth. So a lot of bosses can be AFK'd, and the point is we can AFK in the game also. But we cannot clear entire maps and pick up items automatically when AFKing. That's called botting, and that is bannable and absolutely not okay to use in this game. I'd also like to show you a bit how the AFK mechanics work, because there might be some new watchers that hasn't seen all the clips, and there are a lot of clips. And this new comments might be misleading and thinking that there's no AFK part about this build. It's just an active build, it's a normal Magmorb build, because that's what some people are saying. So we have a shrine. I just rolled some for Monster Life and things like that. Yeah, and poison. So I think, yeah, I'll show you this shrine map in a bit. I'd just like to mention one thing more. Now when we release this clip, loads of people will watch it and prices might change. We put prices at the time we released the montage clip, but they might go up. For example, you know, Eye of Innocence is a core item, Race of the Seventh Sun is a core item, those prices might go up. But it's usually just lasts for a couple of days or maybe a week. Also, the prices don't get expensive, they just get a little bit higher than they were before. And usually when you reach the end game, you'll have enough currency to buy the core items without any issue at all. All the builds I play in the new league are a lot more expensive than this build is, so usually it's fine. So here we have a shrine map. I did a volcano before, but I don't know, the recording didn't work. So hopefully the recording will work this time. So just start the shrine map and I'll show you a bit of the mechanics. So it relies on us taking damage and then using some loops to heal ourselves up. It uses this Razor of the Seventh Sun to heal us up, and it uses Eye of Innocence to damage ourselves when we ignite enemies. And then we have loads of cast when damage taking setups. So I don't know why the sound doesn't work, but yeah, you can walk around and things will kill themselves. This is not AFK at all. I'm not claiming that this is AFK, but you could go AFK, you could leave this, and it will still kill the things. I can leave the mouse, not move it at all, it will still kill things. I can go do other things. As long as we don't put some form of degen effect on me, because that can still kill me. If you want to make it more fun, you can put, you know, a flame dash in one of the cast when damage taking setups, and then it will teleport to the targets that's damaging you. It doesn't mean that I'm doing something actively here. They are damaging me, and it makes me teleport to them. Yeah. So that is a degen boss because I rolled poison here, and it makes, of course, the map a bit more dangerous. Alright, so I'd like to clear the map and then I'll show you the boss, because I think the core thing about this build is that it can AFK bosses. Alright, so now I'm at the boss at Piety at Shrine. It's a tier 14 map boss. So I'd like to show the AFK. I put in a flame dash. It makes me teleport to the boss automatically. So yeah, I'm not doing anything right now. I can move the mouse to the right side. Alright, so the boss won't attack me. I have to get into range. So I'll do that. So this is what I mean by being AFK. You can go take a coffee break, you can take a lunch break, you can do whatever you want. The build will take care of itself. And this is true for a lot of bosses that doesn't rely on degen effects. Of course you cannot pick up items automatically, but you can kill this boss without doing anything. Maybe you need to poop, or you need to eat, or somebody calls you on the phone. It just solves everything. Maybe you think, oh shit, the graphics look shit, so I wanna change the graphics settings, and you're in the middle of a boss fight. Or maybe you think the sound is strange. I don't think anything here will change it, but yeah. So it still works. Maybe you wanna multitask, you wanna check out the Path of Exile Reddit, and yeah, it enables you to just do that. Oh, you watch something like this and you think, oh, very interesting. And then you can come back. So, yeah. And the boss will die eventually. And yeah. That's, I think, all there is to it. Of course, I'm not AFK at all right now, because I'm right next to the computer, so I can intervene at any time. And being real AFK means you're, of course, leaving the computer. You're away from the keyboard. So there the Piety got to the second phase, and then maybe I come back 5 minutes later and I realize, yeah, she has 2 phases, and you know, I can't automatically get to the next phase. No build can do that. So you have to do it manually. And then you walk in and yeah. It's really the same deal. It's and I want to show you that this is the normal setup I run, you know. And from the builds I ran before, I've actually added a 4-link setup. Yeah, there's nothing different. My active setup is left in the chest. So if I want to go active, I can just put on my slower projectiles whenever I would like, and you know, kill the boss. So just because the latest clip didn't focus on the AFK aspect of the build, it doesn't mean that it's gone. It's as strong as before, maybe even stronger thanks to the pantheons. It's just that we wanted to show the new clearing setup, because that was the big question to 3.0. What were we gonna do when ignites were gone, when we can't one-shot all the bosses with Val Righteous Fire? Can we still kill them? How will clear maps? Will be fast? Will be slow? And yeah, so that's it. I think this is pretty boring for you guys to watch for all eternity. You wouldn't want to have another montage like this and we just show a clip. So yeah, I'm gonna switch to slower approach and I'm gonna kill this boss. Of course, if there are any more questions in the future that are of the same kind or very close to each other, then I'll of course do a new behind the scenes clip. I hope this explains a lot of things and that there aren't any hard feelings. Alright, goodbye.